What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and today we are recapping the DC announcement that just dropped today from James Gunn. They announced a couple of interesting projects, a Superman movie, them being one of them. We'll get into that. Another Batman movie with Robin. We'll get into that. I have strong feelings on that one, among other things. I'm not sure how to feel about these other things, quite frankly, and we will get into that, but let's dive right in. We will dive into TV shows first, and then we'll go movies. So the first TV show they have listed is Creature Commandos. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know a lot about this. It seems Frankenstein-y and vampire-y, and yeah, it's based in World War II. So I believe this is a cartoon. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'll give it a go when eventually when it comes out, but that's the first one they have listed. It seems like this is a James Gunn project, which he seems vocal about, which is good. James Gunn is clearly he wants to do this, and I'm glad we have somebody who's so into it and wants to do it. Next, we have Waller. Now, this is the first sign to show that the DCU is not a complete reboot, because Amanda Waller was pre-James Gunn coming in. So her own show, she's from Peacemaker and she's from a bunch of other stuff. Not sure if she could have her own show per se, but we'll see about that. If you put the other characters in, it will be great. But Waller getting her own TV show. Interesting choice. Next up, we have Booster Gold. Now, I saw this going around online that everyone wanted a TV series of Booster Gold. Again, I'm not familiar. He is a nerdy, I don't want to say loser, but it's a good word, that becomes a superhero just to fit in. I'm not sure who could play that role, quite frankly, but I mean, for the DC TV series usually have been good from what I've heard, so maybe they're heading in the right direction, or maybe they are in the right direction for all I know, you know? Next, we have Paradise Lost. Now, this is pre-Wonder Woman. So this is like setting up Wonder Woman and all the others in their story. I'm not sure how that would work. I'm sure it will be fine. Like I said, I trust James Gunn. But we shall see, you know? Next, we will dive into movies. So first of all, we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This was an interesting one because I didn't expect to get a Superman movie, hint hint, and a Supergirl movie announced, but James Gunn is clearly into the Supergirl comics, so I'm going to cast her right now, and I'm kind of dipping into the hero universe, but I'm kind of not at the same time. Chloe Bennett, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think she would kill it. She's already been in there, so she would know what it takes, and I think she's got a chip on her shoulder saying, because people said she wouldn't be able to come into the superhero universe, give her a shot. Why not? I think she would play it very well, and she's a great actress. I remember her from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she was one of the highlights of the show. Next up, we have Swamp Thing. Now, this is like a horror movie for DC, so they're going to get dark with it a little, it seems. Quite frankly, I'm not sure why this is in phase 1. I know it's called Gods and Monsters, it makes complete sense, but this just seems like this could be made into a TV show or at a later date. I'm not sure. Quite frankly, I don't know who would play Swamp Thing. Quite frankly, I don't even know what they're looking for in that role. But, I mean, it's an interesting twist. That's going to be so dark. Maybe it will be rated R. I'm not really sure. But Swamp Thing, yeah, interesting to say the least, but we shall see. James Gunn is clearly passionate about this lineup because he wouldn't have picked it otherwise. So let's see what Swamp Thing has in store for us. Next up, we have The Authority. Now, this to me sounds like an Avengers movie. They just want to make sure the world is A-okay. They want to protect it at any means necessary. I'm not sure what to expect from this one, because like I said, some of these projects I didn't expect to see, but it seems like they're diving into the comic book world, which maybe is a good thing. I mean, the last 2 tries they've done at DC haven't really worked, so why not try something new? I'm not sure, but the Authority, aka the Avengers, no, I'm just kidding, it's the Authority. They just want to make sure the world is okay, and quite frankly, I'm into it. You need those characters, quite frankly, to save the universe. Next up, we have a Black Superman movie coming out. Now, this is going to be completely separate from the DCU for now, or could be separate all in all. But that's an easy cast for me. Michael B. Jordan. They've been talking about him being Superman for years, and it seems like there's no other perfect time, quite frankly. Next, we have The Brave and the Bold, which is aka Batman and Robin. Now, I'm sure you heard the sigh in my voice. We don't need another Batman. We don't. If you wanted to give Robert Pattinson a Batman and Robin movie, fine. We need one Batman. I casted it against my judgment. I do not like this idea, quite frankly, but Batman I'm giving to Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Now, there's some history there for you DC fans that know. He became Robin in The Dark Knight Rises, and nothing ever came of it. So there's some unfinished business there, and I personally like Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot. I think he could play a good Batman, but we shall see. Outcasting Robin, aka Damon Wayne, Batman's son, which is an interesting twist. I will give them that. My editor gave me this name. I'm not sure if I'm for it or against it. Kind of in the middle. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and from the It series. Maybe he could pull it off. I'm not sure. He's young enough. I mean, he could be Joseph Gordon-Levitt's son in reality. He's only like 20 years old. But like I said, I'm not sure we need another Batman out there, because if the Flash universe continues, there's gonna be 4 Batmen, possibly, with Affleck and Keaton and Pattinson and whoever plays this. We don't need 4 Batmen. We really don't. Come on, guys. One Batman, Pattinson, put him in the DCU. Next up is the big one for me, Superman Legacy. Now, we've been through the ringer with some Supermen. Fortunately, one didn't stick around, one did for a while, then he got canned twice. Another story for another time. Superman Legacy. James Gunn is looking for a young Superman, clearly, because he did not want Henry Cavill back. I think I have a good Superman in mind. Now, I've used him for Marvel before, but I'm going to use him here again. Zachary Montgomery. Yes, Billy from Stranger Things, aka the Red Power Ranger from the 2017 movie, which was great, by the way. I think he could pull off a great Superman. He's got the build. He is young. He is a great actor, but only if there was somebody possibly better to play the role. I wonder. But now we will get into what James Gunn and Peter Safran have said about some characters. Nobody will be playing multiple characters, which is good. I don't even know why that was a rumor to begin with. I don't need that, quite frankly. James Gunn said Henry Cavill was never considered for Superman, so there's some tension there for sure between James Gunn, The Rock, and Henry Cavill, but we will get into that. Shazam, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Aquaman. All the same actors from the past. The door is open for them to return, which is good for the most part. And then James Gunn ended it with saying The Flash will be one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I'm not sure how to react to that, quite frankly, considering it hasn't come out yet and it's been through a lot of trouble, to say the least. We shall see come June, though. And that is my reaction to the DC news that broke today. Folks, I'm torn on what to think. Quite frankly, some projects are good, some are questionable. I just want DC to succeed, like most people. And quite frankly, I think they're on their last shot, because this is about a decade in the making, and it's just been failure after failure. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the like button. Thank you very much, guys. I had fun doing this. DC's future is going to be very interesting, to say the least. But we will get into that in the future. But until then, I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.